All right, this week on the OG Sports Show, we're going to talk a little bit of the Lakers, the back-to-back world champs, shooting for three, trying to send Phil Jackson out on top. That's right. Also, what's up with Rondo rocking the logo upside down and backwards? I noticed that in the championship series this past summer, and I question that. Now, the league has addressed this issue, and he refuses to wear the headband now because he can't wear it upside down and backwards. You better learn to respect the big OG Jerry West there, Rondo. This is a guy that helped make the NBA, baby. Where's your respect? I don't know if it's a maturity thing. He's still a young, rebellious man. I can understand that. We were all kind of tools in our 20s at one point. But you got to grow up and mature and respect the great Jerry West. Is Shaquille O'Neal the most unprofessional athlete in the world? That's a great question, and we're going to ask that question, and we're going to take some calls on that question today on the OG Sports Show. So we're going to get right into this.
I mean, he's a young guy, he's like 23 years old, trying to do something different, make a name for himself with the headband upside down, woo-woo, you know. So they finally said, you can't do that. He got upset, and he said, fine, I'm not going to wear one anymore. That's basically it. I really don't see it as a diss towards Jerry West at all. The Shaq thing, I don't know, we'd have to come up with a name for it, but he goes to every organization and it's the same pattern. It's you start off great, you know, do well, and then you leave the organization like basically they're kicking you out. You know, he's just disrespectful.
How are you not going to want to retire a Laker? Here's a guy in the bowels of his career chasing the Lakers when he could have retired a Laker. What's behind his trying to stick it to the Lakers?
Well, of course he'd want to stick it to the Lakers. I mean, he left L.A. on bad terms, disrespecting the great Dr. Jerry Buss, like yelling, you know, while Jerry was there with his family which is the owners, by the way, the Buss family, who owned the franchise. So he disrespected them there, and then he was disrespecting Buss's like Playboy lifestyle. You know, Buss is in his 70s, I guess now, and Shaq was saying, hang out with girls your own age, and getting all disrespectful in the press. I mean, I don't know. You know, who does that? Nobody.
Shaquille O'Neal, look at you, spending the bowels of your career chasing the great Lakers. Chasing them. You could have retired a Laker. And we're going to ask the question, is Shaquille O'Neal the most unprofessional athlete in all of sports? Is it true? I mean, he leaves a mess wherever he goes. He called the great Dr. Jerry Buss out on the court, demanding money instead of just scoring 32, walking off the court, putting his hand around Dr. Buss and say, hey, can I get that raise? Let's get that taken care of. He's the big whiner, and you're chasing the Lakers at the end of your career. I don't know, Shaq. We're going to see. But the Celtics, you guys can very well meet the Lakers in the championship, so this conversation is to be continued. There you have it. Only for the OGs, only on the OG Sports Show. Holla.